Buenas and Hafa Day members and guests. Welcome to the Guam Chamber of Commerce Virtual 2021 April membership meeting. This year seems to be flying by fast. There has been a great deal of positive activity as the private sector works to rebuild our businesses and bring back employees. We know and understand the challenges some companies are having with getting individuals back into the workforce and encourage you to keep open dialogue with our chamber leadership so we can assist in addressing these with government partners. As we continue on our road to recovery, we are appreciative of the support of the legislature and governor for business-friendly measures that will help the private sector rebound. We are looking forward to the passage of the bill, which not only permanizes the increase in threshold for the Dave Santos Act, but also raises it. Our small businesses need this consideration as they were the hardest hit over the last year. In addition to our small businesses, we do need to take care of all businesses. Although supporting small businesses is the key to their survival, supporting our medium to large businesses is important to bringing back employees and creating jobs. Medium to large businesses have the capacity to employ more people. As we look at the worst unemployment rate in our history and contend with PUA benefits running out in September, we need to support our businesses now so jobs are available when they need it. We also need to keep in mind that last year's challenges do not go away because we are in a better place today. Many business owners have months of bills not paid due to little or no revenue. We need to assist them to get back to a level of financial stability so they can in turn recover and grow jobs in our community. As noted in our last meeting, the survey of our membership ranked the rollback of GRT as the #1 priority for them. We will continue to push this issue. Our road to recovery has been made possible by the aggressive and well-executed vaccination plan for our island. The efforts have resulted in the likelihood that we will reach 50% herd immunity by the target deadline of May 1st. We look forward to hearing from our guest speaker today, Dr. Nguyen, who I've had the pleasure of working with over the last year on various recovery panels. Dr. Nguyen has been a great supporter of our private sector by being the voice of reason in balancing our need to protect our community with the need to live with this virus. Our level of herd immunity and what that means in terms of restrictions for our businesses, employees, and customers is key to planning our operations over the next few months. Thank you all again for joining us today. I'd like to call upon our Chamber President, Catherine Castro, to provide updates to the membership on key activities coming up. Please also remember to read your Chamber email updates for valuable information to help you and your business, as well as communicate with our Chamber staff on updates, job postings, or any other information you would like us to share with the membership. We are here to support all of you. Thank you again. Catherine?
Good morning and half a day. Thank you so much for joining us. We do have a number of announcements that we'd be that you would probably be very interested in placing on your calendars. So please listen in on some really good things that are happening. We've asked Ken Lujan, the branch manager for the Small Business Administration on Guam and the Guam SBDC, to share updates and information on how to apply for the SBA's Restaurant and Revitalization Fund. The webinar will be conducted in partnership with the Guam Hotel and Restaurant Association and the Guam Women's Chamber of Commerce. The event will take place on Tuesday, May 4th at 10:30. Between all the organizations, notices have been sent out to our respective members. If you're in a restaurant, a food stand, a food truck, caterer, bar, lounge, or licensed facility of a beverage alcohol producer, where the public may taste, sample, or purchase products, then you are eligible for this grant. Please be sure to register to attend this webinar to learn more about how you can take advantage of this opportunity. On Thursday, May 6th, the Guam Visitors Bureau, GHRA, and the Guam Chamber we'll have a joint membership meeting, which will feature GVB's Jerry Perez, who will provide an update on forecasts and next steps regarding our tourism industry. Registration details for this meeting are forthcoming, so please be sure to check your emails and read our chamber updates. The Armed Forces Committee is pleased to announce its first virtual general membership meeting will take place on Monday, May 17th, and will feature Brigadier General Jeremy Sloan, Commander 36th Wing. This opportunity is open to Armed Forces Committee members only. If you are interested in learning more about the AFC, please contact your Guam Chamber office for details. And last, we have secured a new date for our annual golf tournament, which will take place on Wednesday, August 4th. Our golf planning committee, led by Frank Campello, has been meeting and are making updates and changes to make sure that this event takes place on August 4th. So really excited about this. And notices have been sent to all of our sponsors and our team players. And we're just so glad that everybody's responding so favorably. And we look forward to seeing everybody out on the course on August 4th. You know, there's some additional opportunities. So if your company would like to play or sponsor a prize, a hole, or even an activity, please reach out to us. We'd love to have to help you to promote your business. So now, before I introduce our featured speaker, we do have a few reminders about today's event. All participants are on mute. If you have questions for our guests and our panelists, please feel free to send them via the question feature, which is located on the right corner of your screen. And the Chamber team will pass these messages to our speaker during the Q&A portion of the program. Our featured speaker is a retired lieutenant colonel with the U.S. Air Force, a retired state air surgeon with the Guam Air National Guard, and founding member of American Medical Center, and is proud to call Guam home. Our speaker has a deep commitment in giving back to the community. He can be found donating his time and medical skills to assist those in need. Dr. Nguyen participates regularly on medical missions in disadvantaged areas, both locally and abroad. When not practicing medicine, he takes pleasure in deep sea fishing with his family, as well as diving, running, and traveling. Members, I am pleased to welcome our guest speaker, Dr. Hua Nguyen. Welcome, Doctor.
Hi, good morning, Catherine. Good morning, Christine. Good morning, everyone. I just want to say that thank you for inviting me to be the speaker for today, and I hope that I can provide you some update news for for Guam regarding path to half at this point. So I'm happy to say that as of this morning, we are at 49.1% to get to 50%. So we're very close. I'm very sure that the vaccination that UOG and that the outreach program Public Health have, we will reach the 50% mark by the end of today. As we reach the 50% mark, there's a lot of new guideline, everything going to come out, and I think the governor will announce that this week, so that way everyone can benefit from it. And we can only reach 50% or more by having the people of Guam come out to get the vaccine. So again, I think across any industry, I highly encourage that you talk to your employee and have them come out and get the vaccine, so that way that we can open more business in Guam. So right now, as you can know, that we have the next slide. We have actually 3 vaccines now, not just 2. So we have the Moderna and the Pfizer vaccines available at all the outreach program, and also J&J is a 3rd vaccine that recently have a pause by the FDA and CDC, and now that the pause have been lifted, so we're going to start giving J&J as an option for people to get the vaccine. So now we have 3 Again, J&J is very helpful because only one dose vaccine. So as soon as you get the dose, we count as a completion. Our completion rate will go up a lot faster than Moderna and Pfizer. So you can have the choice of Moderna, Pfizer, or J&J at UOG, and also at the outreach program, it will offer all the three options there. The only thing about J&J is that if you're a woman at the age of 18 to 50, there's a caution for you to use it, and you have the option to use Moderna and Pfizer if you are women from 18 to 50. Otherwise, J&J deems very safe, just like Moderna and Pfizer, for anyone, for the male population, and also for anyone over 50 years old. Pfizer is down to from 16, 17 years old now, and we hope that sooner or later it will be clear to be used down to 12 years old and older. So that's an option for the kids when they go back to some hopefully face-to-face school by August of next school year. At this point, like I said, we reached as of this morning 49.1%. So the governor is very confident that by the end today we will reach over 50%, and as of May 1st we will be higher than 50%. So that's very good for Guam and our island. And the goal here is really to reach the 75-80%. That's a herd immunity, and it will be hopefully by July that we can reach to 75-80%. That's when it's really helpful for us to reach, so that way we can open our business, our border, and make sure that is safe for Guam and there's no surge in the population of Guam. To reach from 50 to 75-80% is a major is a hard task to reach. This is where we are thinking of giving the approach to vaccination a different way. That means that we will go out to the industry, to the bank, to the restaurant, to any type of industry out there, and offer the program that we will go to your business and your location to do the vaccination in order for us to reach that 75%, 80% mark. So I know even the Guard come up with a team called Quick Response Team, a strike team, that they will try to go out to the business section at the location, give the vaccine rather than have the people go to UOG. So that's a different approach we're going to do in the next 2 months or so to get the vaccine to your employee at your workplace. So I think that further info going to come out, and you expect to see that the next week or so in order for you to get the vaccine. So at this point, the quarantine guideline going to change quite a bit once we get to 50%, which is on May 1st, and public health putting some final guideline there to make sure that the passenger come into our island, the quarantine guideline will be somewhat different. Okay, so hopefully that the fully vaccinated people can come into the island in and out with no quarantine, but at the same time we have to use caution on certain area in the world that there's a higher risk of infection. So certain countries like in the Philippines or India, the rate of infection is very high with a lot of variants, so we have to take precaution of that. But again, the guideline for the travel, which is most you will ask, will be released in next by the end of this week, hopefully. So that way that we can open Guam economy and tourism by May 1st. Again, everything will be pending on the goal of reaching 75-80% in the next 2 to 3 months. Look like the way we go, we will reach that 75-80% very soon. So there's no problem with that. with a reminder, the vaccine, as you can see, the difference in the surge on the recent surge about 2 weeks ago and the incident that happened to us in the surge of August of last year, the main difference is the vaccine. The vaccine make a great improvement on our ability to contain the virus, and hopefully with the vaccine, we don't see the major surge like we see in August of last year. So far, we have another week or so to monitor the incident that we have 2 weeks ago with the A Lounge and also the Sabaki Tower. So by the end of next week, if the number can continue to improve, then we definitely know that our immunization program really work at this point. So I highly encourage people to get vaccinated. And again, we're going to try to go out to the industry and offer the vaccine at your locations. That way it's convenient for your employee and your workplace to get the vaccine at this point. So that's what the main goal. And to answer the question on the use of masks and social distance and hand washing is very important until we reach the 75–80% mark or the herd immunity. We really encourage for everyone to continue to wear masks, just because fully vaccinated doesn't mean that you won't catch the virus. You still catch the virus. The sole goal of getting the vaccine is basically, if you catch the virus, that your severity of the illness is not going to be severe like before, and it will cut down the hospitalization, the death. And that's the only goal of the vaccination. So, but you can still catch the virus. So if you don't wear your mask in the public, there's a great risk that you will still have a transmission rate, which is a lot lower than unvaccinated person, but you can still carry the virus and pass on the transmission to someone. The risk of transmission is not zero. You still have a risk there, but it's low to give someone the virus. So please continue to wear your mask even you're fully vaccinated in public to protect the unvaccinated personnel until they have a chance to have the vaccine again in the next few months or so. So please continue to wear your mask in public at this point. And the message also at the workplace is that if you feel sick, to encourage the employee to stay at home and call in sick and go get tested. The tests are free everywhere. They shouldn't have no cost for the test. So encourage your employee to if they get sick, just call in, go get tested, and make sure that they're negative and before they return back to work. Okay. So I just wanted this again, the next slide. What happened to get the vaccine? And people, everyone, that the majority of people that get vaccine have some, they call side effect, I call reaction to the vaccine. The vaccine 95% effective, so it worked very well. But most vaccine about 50% efficacy, but this one 95%. So your body will react a little bit and give you some side effects like some little chill, fever, headache, body ache, and fatigue. But again, it's a very short lasting. It lasts a few hours to up to a day or two. But all the reaction will resolve with no treatment at all. Okay, so but I keep telling patients that you want to have some reaction, just because if you don't have any reaction, your question is, does the vaccine work or not? So expect to have some reaction. Again, just take Tylenol for any type of symptom, get some rest and loss of liquid, and it should resolve by itself. But so far, we have no major reaction to require anyone to be in the hospital so far in Guam that I know of. So I expect some reaction. But again, if you have it, that means that it's working for you. And the reaction from the second shot is a little bit more in the first shot. But if you talk, everyone have a reaction, they're all back to normal after a few days. Okay, next. Okay, at this point, I'm going to turn over to our team here, and they can tell you how to get your business to sign up for the vaccine. And again, there's a major push to get the vaccine to the industry. So that the guard and public health and the private sector will make an effort to go out to your business and get your employees to be vaccinated. Go ahead, Nick.
All right, thank you, Dr. Nguyen. Hello, everyone. I'm Nicholas Akimoto. I'm one of the project coordinators here at American Medical Center. Also on the team is Brandon Kinsella and Ericca Tomada. So what our job is we are in charge of coordinating these events. So we've done community outreaches, such as outreaching to those who may not be able to make it to UOG or one of the more regularly scheduled vaccinations. And we also have been doing the Hyatt vaccinations alongside the Guam Hotel and Restaurant Association. We just did another clinic last night where we were able to do, I believe, about 603 people in 3 hours. In addition to that, we've also been coordinating some private events. So if you or your business would like to get your employees vaccinated, you could register online at one of our more public events at vaccine.guamcovid.com, or you could coordinate with us and we'll try to make sure that your business is able to get their vaccination. Now, the process of vaccination is ours is a little bit different than it is at UOG, and Brandon can speak on that process.
Yeah, so with the registration platform that we have on the screen, the patient enters in all of their information before they arrive at the vaccine location. And what that allows us to do is when the patient arrives at the check-in table, all they have to do is show their ID, and then they can proceed to the shot table and receive their vaccine. We do also accommodate walk-ins, but the beautiful thing about our platform is all the information is saved in our vaccine digital platform. So that information is accessible afterwards, also to be inputted into the immunization record platform on Island. We hope to transition to be able to have a digital passport in the future with the record of all the vaccine information. And because that's in the platform when you get vaccinated with AMC, then it'll help with travel later in the future. That's the hope. And maybe Dr. Nguyen could add a bit to that, the digital passport.
Yeah, basically, the challenge that we have right now is that when you get back on island and you get vaccinated locally, the card that we use right now to document your vaccine status is you can lose it, you can put in the washing machine, or it's pretty easy to fabricate it. So it's not a reliable source of verification of your vaccine. So at this point, we're going to try to work with Public Health Guam to try to stand up some type of digital platform that can easily verifiable with your consent, and just to use a QR code. So the next week or 2 weeks or so, we're going to try to work out a system so that way that when you get back in and out of Guam, you just show your QR code, your iPhone, and custom or someone at the airport will be able to let you know that, hey, you've been vaccinated or not. So that's going to be something we're looking forward to make sure that to make the process easier for our people to go in and out of Guam without any delay. So and the digital platform is built for that. So hopefully we present our GVB and everyone else and make it so that way we can even travel from inter-island, from here to Saipan to FSM, that now they can use the same platform to verify your vaccination status. So Christine, Catherine, I'm going to open for questions if you have anyone question regarding the vaccination program, immunization.
Yes, Dr. Nguyen, thank you so much. We have quite a few, so I will start with one question. There has been a lot of people out there still fearful of getting the vaccination. The information is that out there is that if you have cancer or are breastfeeding, you should not get the vaccine. What is the true story?
You know, if you have cancer, you can still have the vaccine. The question that, because if you have cancer and if you are under any type of immunosuppressive therapy, that's what the cancer treatment is. You know, your ability to form antibody is much less than other people. But we still insist that people have cancer that currently undergo chemotherapy and things like that, that they still can have the vaccine. It's fully safe for them. Matter of fact, that they probably have less reaction or side effect than the normal population, just because again the immune system is a lot weaker, so they might not have the reaction. This vaccine, the one that have the most reaction is the younger population. The older population and myself, you know, we don't have that much because, you know, the immune system have to respond to this. So again, people that have cancer and the chemotherapy is perfectly safe for them to have it. The second question is about the lactating, you know, for breastfeeding. It's very safe to have the vaccine and still breastfeeding. We still recommend that during pregnancy at the third trimester that you have your vaccine. Studies show that the baby that was born with mother that have vaccination, when they test the baby, when they give birth, that the baby have antibody already to protect the baby from the COVID-19. That's something. Remember that the newborn up to 6 months, they don't have the immune system. The immune system is from the breast milk that the mother had. So yes, it's safe for lactating breastfeeding mother to have the vaccine still.
Thank you. Can people be tested before travel? And if so, is this still free and available at all centers?
The testing, the only reason you have to pay for testing when you travel is because no insurance cover for that. Now, all private insurance can do the testing and it was sent to diagnostic lab to run, and it have a cost for that. I know the community health in the north, public health, also do the testing for travel clearance, and at that location, the testing are free of charge.
Thank you. You mentioned that there has not been any critical reactions to the vaccine. There is news in the community that there is a lady on Guam where the vaccine triggered her heart condition. If there is no truth to this, how do we help dispel these types of false information so we can encourage more people to get the vaccine?
You know, our people on the island, we have a lot of comorbidity. That's a lot. You know, our island, we see people that have end-stage renal disease on dialysis in the 20 and 30. People have heart disease in the 30. People have, you know, stroke in the 30 and the 40. So there's a lot of comorbidity that can cause heart disease, or can cause the admission to a hospital. So I think that individual case, we have to look at it to make sure that it's not the side effect or anything that caused by the vaccine. So far, as I know that from our meeting, is that there's nothing related to the vaccine that was admitted to the hospital, including heart attack or stroke. You know, so like I say, I mean, we have to pass on to the community and our employees that the vaccine is very safe. You know, every time that you have even reaction, like, you know, you have rash, you have pain, there's a website that you can sign up and register, so that way they can track to make sure that all side effect, all reaction are there, because they, you know, CDC, I think, monitor those. And I'm very sure that they see anything that relate to any admission which they call severe reaction, that they will report back to public health in order for public health to know, hey, they have severe reaction to the vaccine occur at your local in Guam. And so far, we have 0 so far.
Thank you. Will the COVID-19 vaccine be a yearly vaccine?
I'm very sure that's going to be a yearly vaccine, just like the flu vaccine. There's variants out there. We have documents so far, I think 7 variants, and there's more variants out there. So the booster, it will more likely be a yearly vaccine.
Thank you. If you are fully vaccinated, do you still have to quarantine if a family member becomes positive with COVID?
CDC guideline come out, right? That's the one that have a lot of people scratch their head. So unless they change it, they say that close contact with a positive person, you're fully vaccinated, you don't have to be quarantined, nor you have to be tested, but you have to monitor your symptom. If you have any symptom of like coughing, congestion, then you have to be tested to make sure that you don't carry the virus and pass on to someone. But I think the latest guideline is, you don't need to be tested nor be quarantined. You need to be monitor your symptom. If you're fully vaccinated, by fully vaccinated mean that you have to complete the 1 dose J&J, or you can complete the 2nd dose of either Moderna or Pfizer, and 2 weeks after that, complete the last dose. That's when you consider fully vaccinated.
Thank you. Let's see here. For individuals with blood issues, blood clotting disease, is it safe to take the vaccine?
It's still safe. I know the blood clot, the thrombosis, and the thrombocytopenia, which is a low platelet count, is a very rare complication of the vaccine. You talk about 1 in the millions, okay, of people case that have it. And again, it's only occurred in women from the age of 18 to 50. Okay, so it's a very, very, very rare case, and even the treatment for that is totally different than any type of blood clots disease that we have. So yes, you can still have the vaccine.
Okay. Let's see here. Can employers require their employees to take the vaccine?
That's a very interesting question. There's no mandatory requirement for the COVID vaccine for the employee. I highly encourage that if you are in a position where you have a lot of face-to-face with customer, that you highly encourage your employee to be vaccinated. I think that just like when you have in a school setting, right? You have TB skin tests are required for all the teacher and all the worker in school. It's a yearly thing that you have to check to make sure that you're not infecting anyone. But we not get to that stage where we require the employee to have vaccinated. But again, depending on your position, I would really highly encourage you to be vaccinated if you're gonna have a lot of face-to-face with customer. It's a safety issue. In the living environment, like in a lot of construction worker that live in the barrack setting, I would say that it should be mandatory for all the people in the confined living space to be vaccinated, because you take a lot of risk for a lot of your colleagues there that live in a confined space.
Thank you. Another question is it okay to have both the regular flu vaccine and the COVID-19 vaccine?
Yes, the flu vaccine and the COVID-19 vaccine are totally different. Right now, what the guideline is that you cannot get any vaccine within 3 to 4 weeks of the COVID vaccine, just because the reaction and the way the antibody form. So you can have both of them every year, just have to be 3 to 4 weeks apart.
Okay. let's see. There are a couple of questions here that you probably already answered, but there's one more question here. How do we coordinate for vaccinations at our place of business?
Okay, so there's some information out there. Like I say, the Guard are putting a quick response team, a strike team that they call it, a small team that reach out to the business. And that's the instruction from the governor is that, you know, we need to kind of think outside the UOG box and the outreach. Is that people sometimes because of work or whatever reason is, it's more convenient for them to be vaccinated at their workplace. So I think the info that the Guard and public health will pass out to get the team to go out to your business is going to be out there in the next week or so because she really wants to have that done. Regarding for AMC to go out and vaccinate, which we have a few companies that we're going to go out and to their location and vaccinate the entire workforce and then at the workplaces. Nick, Brandon,
Which
for them to reach us.
COVID at AMC.com. Yeah.
Okay, Kathy, you have that?
Yeah, so they just need to contact you at your website or via your email address?
Yeah,
So,
go ahead.
so they can go ahead and contact us at our email address. That's
Okay.
covid@amc.clinic. There they can send an email just letting us know the details, and then we'll try to respond and try to coordinate something with them.
Kathy, we will send that website to you.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Let's see here. There's a couple more. Yes. We'll also provide that to our members as well. So again, it's covid@amc.clinic, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. There are a couple. So there's a couple of questions in reference to the digital vaccination card. And I know that you touched it a little bit, Doctor. So has the digital vaccination card been accepted by public health and customs so that we can use it to clear at the airport, I guess?
Yeah, Catherine, that it will be rolled out on around May 11, and we will we will talk to public health and regarding the acceptance of the of that. That's still the process that the airports have to digitize everything, including your health questionnaire coming in, and that's part of it. So I think that they asked about 2 weeks or so the delay on that, so they can look at the platform and make sure that it's number one is HIPAA regulation protect your right, and also is secure, so that way that no one can affect the platform.
Okay.
But it's a simple process that you probably can use that at any business, including restaurant or any business. You can just scan the QR code, just like you go order some food, and you can tell right away that, hey, you have 1 shot, 2 shot, you complete or not. So pretty easy. So it's not just to use just the airport, but anyone can, Guam, any business can use that to modify, make sure that the customer is safe to come into their business.
Excellent. So, sir, I think that we've exhausted all of the questions from the folks that are online with us today. So we wanted to thank everybody for your questions, and we wanted to thank our speakers, Dr. Nguyen and Nick and Ericca and Brandon for being with us today. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And if there's any additional questions that come in later, we'll send them your way so that we can get them back out to the membership. So thanks again. Christine, would you like to wrap up the session?
Yes, thank you, Kat. You know, as Kat said, Dr. Nguyen, we're really appreciative of you coming and sharing information with us. I'd highly encourage our members that are on to please reach out to American Medical Center. Kat will be disseminating that information through email updates so that if you would like for the vaccine administration to come into your place of work, you can coordinate that with them, and it is tremendously a benefit for your employees and for you as the employer, because then you're absolutely sure that your people are protected, that your workplace is safe, and that customers coming in can have the assurance that your group is protected and they therefore are protected. So would highly encourage that. Thank you so much, Dr. Nguyen and Nicholas. With that, we will wrap up our April membership meeting. Thanks to all the members who have participated and who've joined us today, and thank you for your questions. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.